when Chris Brockman comes to your house,
Yes.
with his girlfriend,
Yes.
the goddaughter of your daughter,
Lovely lady.
does Brockman bring anything?
Ooh. Nothing memorable. So even if he
empty-handed, he arrives
did
empty-handed.
you come empty-handed? Do you bring a bottle of wine? So 6-pack?
No.
I gotta say, I don't remember.
Okay, so
Probably not.
So
Probably
no.
not.
Okay, when he leaves your house, do you give him leftovers to take?
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let me give you a heads
But
up
I
because I'm assuming he's going to come back to your house.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely not during the NBA Finals, though.
Now, were you there during the NBA Finals?
I was there during the NBA Finals last year. It was the first time I'd ever been to Al's house.
Okay.
And he was quiet and he was respectful.
Yeah,
but
I'm
I could
very
tell he was-
because you're a Warriors
I'm
nut.
a crazed Warrior fan.
Well, and we'd never met before.
Which, by the
I'm
way,
at
my
his house,
son,
so-
but this is what my son said when we were talking about who we want to play in the next series. I go, do you want Utah or do you want to play the Clippers? And he goes, this is a 14-year-old. He said, I'd really like to play the Clippers so we can humiliate them.
That's what they did in the regular season.
Yeah, well, we beat him 10 times in
Right.
a row. But that's what I thought Matt Barnes was getting at, where he's saying he wanted to play LA, but he just wanted to go out. Right?
Yes, he did. He did. It's both. Well, it's a double-edged sword for him,
Sure.
if you will. But I don't want to get off the beaten path.
Okay,
here.
yeah, please get back to it. Let's get back to Brockman.
First
First of all, the meat that I grill,
Yes,
we
please.
go to a special butcher in Glendale, and it's an Armenian kebab place called Seban. And we go to, there's a good one on, it's like on Broadway, and it's filet mignon kebab. Yeah, it's amazing stuff.
Do you-
can't, and I use a big green egg. You can't mess anything up.
smoker.
So I lump charcoal kebab meat, like really high-end kebab meat on a big green egg.
and you can't beat it.
Burgers can't.
Now, your corn, do you have the corn thingies, the corn
I'm
holders?
with the caller. Nobody uses. If you're a little kid,
Hell.
yeah. If you're a lady who doesn't want to mess up her manicure,
But we've had scores of people to our house
No one's
who
ever
are
asked.
female.
sure.
They don't ask for it. They
No.
don't need it. They don't want it. We have them. We just
Yeah,
don't put
well,
them out.
That information could have been useful last
Why?
segment. You
Why?
made it sound
Yeah.
like you had never, like it was an atrocity to have them in your house.
It is. We have it for people upon request and children.
First
who
of all-
don't want to burn their hands on something. Now, if you want to say that your children with your corn, great. That's great. If you want, we can mash them up for you next time
Do you have to
and give you a nice spoon with Princess Elsa on the end
I'm
and a bowl
anti-frozen,
that when you
Rich.
eat
know
it
that.
up, because we want you to eat all your growing food, that you will see a nice Mickey surprise at the bottom of the bowl. If you wish, we can do
It's
that.
also a thing where you got to go like pinky up to when you're eating. It's not. No. It's,
But just a heads up, because we want to leave our guests in a better spot in which we found them. And you, Al Madrigal, are aces. You were here when we were just starting out. You're back again. You're welcome anytime. If you ever give leftovers to Brockman, do not give him Tupperware or Pyrex
You're not
that you
getting
want
anything
back. Well, you'll get it back.
Now tell him the joke that he's going to
Dirty?
find funny.
Okay. Now, how old
Pyrex is
are
nice stuff,
how old
too.
are your children? How old are your children?
soon to be 15 and 11.
Okay, let's say, so then they were once upon a time, similar separation, once upon a time, 6 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a 6 and 3-year-old, and we'll get to Peter King in a moment. And so Brockman comes to the house for Thanksgiving. I think it was Thanksgiving
It was
because you were,
it was
'cause,
Thanksgiving.
you know, because you're.
Me, him, and Charlie were over for
Yeah.
that Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was great. And Charlie brought wine. It was Menage a Trois Cabernet.
That's right.
But at least he brought something. At any rate, so, Al, we give Brockman leftovers. My wife is all about making sure people get the leftovers, certainly if they're single.
Especially a single
This was
guy.
before he
Yeah.
met lovely Sarah.
Sure.
Okay?
Yes.
And so, sure enough, we give him the leftovers. And it's now a week later, 2 weeks later, and every time I come home from doing the podcast, it was, did Brockman bring the Tupperware back?
Yeah, that's one of my
Okay,
better.
like, wouldn't your wife be asking, like, hey, can you get it back from your friend?
There's some disposable ones we have, like a
It's
Glad
not
makes
disposable. It
one.
was glass. It was
Yeah,
glass.
these are the nice ones that you want back.
Right, the Pyrex with the top, with the plastic top.
Totally.
So sure enough, ask him over and over. Now it's becoming
It's kind of funny.
an issue. Right? He comes over for the
Christmas.
holidays
Yeah.
and brings presents for my 3 and 6-year-old wrapped. He brought it. One for the 3-year-old was the top, and for the 6-year-old, the Pyrex bottom. To the
funny
point where the
bit.
6-year-old
Savage.
looks at him and says, "Not funny, Chris Brockman."
I thought it was hilarious.
Well,
It might be
I
good,
give
but
you the last word on this
The
subject.
only way to make that right would have been to go out and buy an entirely new Pyrex set and give that, I mean, just sort of like one of those 12 items, deluxe sort of things.
One year,
and give it to the wife.
my kids made cookies for Gronkowski and Julian Edelman and sent it to the Patriots in one of those Pyrexes. The Patriots sent it back a week later, washed and cleaned.
With a note.
Yes.
Loved them.
Correct.
I mean, they were washed. They weren't dirty when I wrapped them.
I feel like there's certain
Awful.
etiquette things that he just needs like a little class. If there was a class for guys like Brockman.
A class for class, if you will.
Exactly.
Shrimpin' Ain't Easy. Check it out on Showtime Friday, May 5th, 9 Eastern Time. You're a funny man, Al. Thanks for coming. Come back,
Yeah,
please.
go Niners.
Anytime. There you go.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.